Today, you are going to learn a simple step-by-step system that is going to make outsourcing work inside of your business significantly easier and smoother, especially if you are a full-time creator. This is the system that you want to have in place before you start thinking about hiring a virtual assistant or any other team member, as it's going to give you so much clarity, right? So you're going to end up moving from feeling this overwhelm, not knowing where to start, and this process really guides you step by step towards the direction of knowing what you need to delegate inside of your business and who you need to delegate it to. It is the exact same system that I use with my clients as a certified digital business manager, and that is what we're getting into today. So let us dive in with step number 1, which is your task audit. You want to start by listing out everything that you currently do inside of your business. This includes things like filming YouTube videos, all of your scheduling tasks, creating all of the graphics in Canva to post on Instagram and other social media platforms, reaching out to brands for partnerships, writing your newsletter. The goal in this step is to have a very comprehensive list of everything that you do inside of your business right now. Even if you currently have someone who is maybe like a video editor, you still want to have that task inside of your task audit because it's going to ensure that all of your bases are covered. You really want to do this because you can't delegate what you can't see. Many creators tend to feel stuck and overwhelmed, and they just say, I need help. And while that is true, you have to get very clear on the specific tasks that you need to do or that need to be done within your business on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. This task list forms the foundation of the entire system. So once we have this in place, we can move on to the next step, which is your time audit. We need to figure out how much time all of this is actually taking you, all of these tasks. To start your time audit, you want to write down 2 things for each of your tasks that you would have written down from step 1. The first is how long does it take you to complete that task? And the second is how frequently do you do that task? So for the example of writing a newsletter, it takes you 45 minutes to write the newsletter, and you do that once a week. And for scheduling a YouTube video, just scheduling, not scripting or filming, just the scheduling of a YouTube video, that might take you about 15 minutes, and you might do that once weekly if it is that you publish 1 YouTube video a week. Of course, this is going to vary if you publish 2 YouTube videos a week. This is long form content that I'm referring to, but you just want to be as specific as possible for how long each of these tasks from your task list, how long each of them takes you to do, and how frequently you do it on average. This step is so important, and one of the main reasons why it's so important is think about when you are about to hire someone like a virtual assistant. Let's say the virtual assistant is going to be taking care of all of your scheduling tasks. When you have done this time audit, you have a very good idea of how long each of these tasks take. If you're going to be delegating all of your scheduling tasks to a virtual assistant, then when you see everything tallied up for your time audit, you're going to know exactly how many hours you want to hire help in this particular role for. So for a virtual assistant, it might be 1 hour a day. If you're thinking about 1 hour for 5 days a week, you know that 15 minutes of that 1 hour is already gone if it's going to take them that amount of time, or if it's taking you that amount of time to schedule something like a YouTube video. Each task is going to have its particular duration of time, and again, this step is going to save you so much time when it comes to actually getting into the hiring process. But for now, just write down inside of your list how long it's going to take you and how frequently you do each of these tasks. You now know what you do and how much time it takes. So the next step is determining which tasks should be delegated. And that is where we assign a delegation status. So not all tasks should be delegated. Some tasks will require your own unique voice and your creative direction. So those tasks you definitely need to continue doing. But what I want you to do is look at your task list and ask yourself these questions. What impact does this task have on my business? What level of expertise is required to execute or to complete this task successfully? It could be something that is just basic level of expertise required, or something that requires a little bit more expertise. Do I enjoy doing this task? You as the creator, as the business owner, do you enjoy doing this task? Does it light you up? Does it spark joy? Does this task drain your energy, or does this task give you energy? And how repetitive is this task? Is it something that you do literally every single week and you can write down the steps and document it very easily for someone else to follow? Think about these 5 questions when you are figuring out what tasks should be delegated and what tasks you can continue doing. You want to make sure that you are protecting your creative voice and your creative energy. And the way that I like to think about it is when you wake up in the morning, you want to have 1 to 2 tasks that only you can do, that only requires your focus, your input, and your creative voice, and everything else on your task list should be delegated. Once you have figured out the tasks that you want to keep doing yourself and the ones that you can delegate, the next step is determining who you want to own this task. Every task on your list needs to be matched to the best possible person who can execute that task. So this next step is about assigning the best possible role or person who will own and execute that task. You want to think about the level of skill and expertise that is required for each task, and this is what you would have thought about from the previous step. Tasks such as video editing will of course go to a video editor, and tasks including creating graphics for either a sales or landing page, and also for different social media platforms like Instagram. Those are great for a graphic designer. Of course, for a virtual assistant, scheduling tasks and responding to emails are great tasks that a virtual assistant can own. Tasks that someone like myself, a digital business manager, takes care of includes things like creating automations, overseeing and performing the hiring process, whether that is hiring a new team member like a new video editor or a virtual assistant, and of course setting up systems within your business such as your project management system. As you can see, by matching tasks to the best possible role and owner, this really creates a sustainable team structure so that every member of your team knows exactly what it is that they are doing and essentially stays within their own zone of genius and their own zone of expertise. And that is including you. You as the creator or business owner, you are doing the tasks that only you can do, and everyone else is doing the things that they're best at as well. All right, step number 5 is where we are going to talk about the key ingredient that really makes this entire process very simple, which is good old documentation, right? So You want to have clear step-by-step instructions for every task that you're going to be delegating. It doesn't need to be anything elaborate. You don't have to write out a detailed manual. I usually ask my clients who don't have an SOP library, an SOP system in place, to just record their screen when they are doing different tasks. And this is how I can then, or a virtual assistant can then turn these tasks into SOPs that will serve as the instructions for team members, especially if someone is sick or if someone is not available. This is how you begin to free your time so that you can focus on your zone of genius and so that your business is able to function smoothly without you having to own every single task. And that is it. There you have it. This is your 5-step system that ensures your business is actually ready for outsourcing. And I call this the Stress-Free Creators Outsourcing Blueprint, where step 1 is your task audit. Audit your tasks so you know exactly what's on your plate. Step 2 is your time audit so that you understand exactly what all of these tasks are costing you. Step 3 is to assign a delegation status, decide on what you want to keep doing in your business and delegate the rest. Step 4 is to match each task to the best role or owner so that your team is clear on their outputs. And step 5 is to document everything so your team can actually execute your vision without needing constant back and forth. I have created an easy to use hand-free Notion template that you can grab at the link in the description of this video. The template is so incredibly easy to follow, and I'm sure it's going to save you a lot of time, firstly, so you're not writing all of these things out, but it's also going to just give you a really nice structure. Everything is going to be in one place so that you can then use these same SOPs and hand those over to the roles and to the persons that you hire in your business. So if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be working on a lot more videos, especially focused on how to actually hire the right team members, how to onboard them as well. Ultimately, my goal is really to help creators work less, earn more, and just live a very stress-free lifestyle when it comes to your business operations. So those are coming soon and you won't want to miss them. I will see you in the next video.